So, you want to know why Bitcoin has pumped by almost 50% in 2 weeks and what you should do about it? You've come to the right place. Sorry if you're coming from Andre's channel, I actually don't know any magic tricks. Hey, what's going on guys? Adam here and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about some catalysts that are causing the price of Bitcoin to shoot up. Let's get right into it. So let's talk about what happened last week. Bitcoin closed its second consecutive week of double-digit gains, increasing by 13.45% at 54,714 US dollars. It broke through a couple resistance levels, most notably one at around the 44,000 mark that we've been poking at for a little while now, and then another at $48,000. And since then, the trading volume has picked up a lot compared to last week, which is usually a very good sign. So what caused Bitcoin to suddenly jump 45% in like 2 weeks? Let's take a look at some charts.
This is a pie chart describing my favorite bars, and this is a bar graph describing my favorite pie.
This chart here shows that there was a massive spike in the liquidations of short positions, which appears to have caused a short squeeze that was able to push us out of the low 40,000 range that we were bouncing around in, up to around 48,000 on October 2nd. 4 days later, on October 6th, we see another spike in price to almost $56,000 with relatively few liquidations. If we head over to the left chart, you can see a massive spike, but this is in trading volume this time. The increase in trading volume was caused by a $1.6 billion buy order. While that is only about 0.1% or 1/1000th of Bitcoin's total market cap, which is about 1 trillion right now, you can see that was enough to tip the delicate balance of supply and demand enough to shoot the price up another 5%. So the short liquidation plus the giant buy order kind of served as a 1-2 punch to push Bitcoin out of its slump. And I'm using the word slump here very loosely since it really wasn't that bad at all, especially when you consider that just a year ago, Bitcoin was at like $12,000 for some perspective. Now, you might be wondering, who is this mysterious whale chucking a bill into Bitcoin? No one knows yet. Could be a dude living my dreams. Or it could be a large hedge fund or asset manager buying Bitcoin ahead of the potential ETF announcement. This could happen as early as next week. The hype around the Bitcoin ETF is pretty high right now. We're going to hear about the SEC's verdict on ETFs throughout the next month, and the ProShares Bitcoin ETF could potentially be approved as soon as next week. Bloomberg is giving it a 75% chance of getting approved. That's pretty decent, and you know what they say, C's get degrees. The Bitcoin ETF could be one of the biggest changes we've seen not only for Bitcoin, but for cryptocurrencies as a whole. The ETF will inevitably create a lot of demand and drive Bitcoin's prices up. This could also pave the way for other large cap crypto like Ethereum to be included in ETFs in the future. There have also been a lot of price targets from various people, including the CEO of Celsius Network, who I interviewed on this channel. Link will be down below if you want to check that out. These price targets are ranging anywhere from $100,000 all the way up to $200,000. These are a little bit more speculative, so take it with a grain of salt. This is not financial advice. So the short squeeze, the $1.6 billion purchase, and the ETF excitement are all pretty big factors for Bitcoin's recent price action. This has also probably caused it to overshadow Ethereum and the DeFi ecosystem. The DeFi index finished this week down by 7.57%, and Ethereum basically traded sideways, only gaining 0.13% at $3,422. We're probably seeing a rotation out of DeFi tokens into Bitcoin, which makes sense given if you look at the performance of Bitcoin versus Ethereum recently. Usually they trade very closely. A large part of this is that excitement about the ETF, but also might correlate to the bug that Compound had 2 weeks ago. So 2 weeks ago, it had caused $90 million of losses, and last week that number grew to 162 mil and might still be going on. That's a lot of dough for a software glitch. The comp token has decreased in value by 7.06% last week, and overall is down about 20%. So we know what's going on in crypto markets. Let's talk about some things that you should be looking out for. First up is the Bitcoin ETF that we talked about. We should know more next week, if not in the next month. Interest rates could be increasing in the near future, and it seems like there's some anxiety in the markets around this. With the debt ceiling extended last week, Biden's $1.4 trillion infrastructure bill might be passed soon. They're shooting for the end of the month, which is October 2021. This should stimulate the markets and hopefully relieve some of that anxiety. Since the stimulus bill is going into corporations' pockets to hire people and invest rather than directly into people's bank accounts, there should be less inflation than the last stimulus bill, but there will still be some. But until the infrastructure bill gets formally passed, the market might continue to trade sideways or lower. Or maybe it'll go up, no one knows. Either way, I'd stay in the market as I always recommend, and I'm personally buying a little bit here and there of some smaller cap crypto. So that is what's going on in crypto right now. Hopefully this helps paint a clear picture of what we're looking at. This was a different style video than what I usually do, so let me know if you like it by liking it. You know, with the button. You can also leave a comment. I read pretty much all of them. A lot of this video was inspired by the articles that Ledden creates, so you can go check them out yourself as well as my review of their platform. And I'm happy to do more of these in the future. It was actually pretty fun to make. Thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy.